Ford Maverick, Ford Bronco, facts, fiction, and don't be fooled. All the way from quality, reliability, and what is actually to come. So there's been a lot of untruth, a lot of essentially misinformation, or really straight up lies. I might call them lies. I don't know if we can call them lies because maybe it's not intentional, but you really need to watch out what you're looking at on the internet, because on the internet there's at least a couple 100,000 people who are going to be thinking that there's an upcoming Ford Thunderbird, Ford Ranchero, a Ford Taurus, a Lincoln Continental, a Ford Bronco truck, and an electric Maverick, that these things are all coming for 2025. And that's just not the case. So we've got highlight of the week, frustration of the week for me, and more. It's been going on for a couple years now. Channels like Clean Tech can get hundreds of thousands of views, and the information just isn't fact-checked. However, YouTube continues to push it out, to offer it as videos. More and more people see it. And when enough people see it, guess what? It ends up being at the top of the list in a Google search. So even Google seems to be thinking that there'll be, the models that I mentioned, a Bronco truck that's coming up, that there's a Taurus coming up. There is a Taurus built in China for the Chinese market. We'll get into what models actually will come to production, but none of these are coming for 2025 unless there's, maybe there's one that very small chance could come for 2025, but we'll look at that in just a moment. So let's get to some things that are being said and believed on the channel on YouTube here. So kind of bit of a protection of the car community here, because when we boil it down to it, is there harm with this? Yes, there is harm, because people will wait for models that will never get fabricated ever, or maybe in like 7 to 10 years. And they'll get tired of waiting, and they'll get frustrated with the brand, and they'll say, I'm never buying a GM again. I'm never buying a Ford. They never bought, but I'll never wait for a Ford. I'll never wait for a GM, and they'll miss out on some of the great opportunities that are out there right now. And we'll talk about some of those great opportunities and what's actually going to be going down with the Ford Maverick, the Ford Bronco, and actual new models coming out within the next year or two. So let's jump right into it, put the pedal to the metal on this misinformation, lies, whatever you want to call it.
In the highly competitive landscape of pickup trucks, the Ford Bronco pickup truck will face off against well-established rivals. The Jeep Gladiator, with its off-road heritage and strong brand following, presents a formidable competitor. Toyota's Tacoma, known for its reliability and off-road capability, is another major player in this segment. Additionally, newer entrants like the Rivian R1T are raising the bar with advanced electric powertrains and high-tech features. Ford's challenge will be to differentiate the Bronco pickup truck by leveraging its iconic name.
So great point brought out in the live chat. Thank you, Long MacArthur Ford, as well as the live chat right after that. You can watch the live chat even if you're watching this as a cut-up mini episode. So yes, any video that has AI, if someone's not willing to show their face, you can probably call BS on that. So bad science. Bullshit. YouTube, please, I swore. Don't remove my 1,000 videos. So, complete crap. If it's AI, it's probably going to be complete crap, but it's very tempting to believe this because, they followed the beautiful parameter of two truths and a lie. And when you have two truths before or sandwiched around a lie, it makes the lie seem very plausible. So they talked about, the Jeep, it has had some great sales. It's been a very popular vehicle. Then they talk about the Toyota Tundra or Tacoma. And you'll see throughout these AI videos, the ones that are done well, and unfortunately the ones that YouTube go, hey, you should check this out. People like this video. It's unfortunate that the shocking, non-true information ends up being what gets pushed out there. Kind of reminds me of the last 3 years, but instead of society and globally, we're talking about what's going down on YouTube. So Anthony, thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for, please add add information here in the live chat. Add your opinion, your feelings, whether it's the live chat or the comment section. We need those comments. I want to read them, and it'll benefit the community.
Delivering superior off-road performance and incorporating innovative features that appeal to modern consumers. The return of the Lincoln Continental.
So the Ford Bronco pickup truck, it's been rumored for quite a while, and it's never gone beyond the rumor phase. Of all the models we'll see, it's the one that's probably the most likely to potentially happen. But it'd be very, very, very surprising for Ford to just drop this out and actually have it available as a 2025. I'd say there's maybe a 2% chance. So, and it's definitely something that could happen further down the road. Like if it got announced this summer, then maybe it could be available the fastest 1 year's time. Actually available at dealers a year and a half. That'd be like the absolute fastest timeline. But normally we'd be probably more looking at some very serious rumors. Ford's CEO or someone high up at Ford talking about like, hey, yeah, this is something that interests us. We're really looking into this. They'd put out feelers before, you know, they'd invest a little, see like, look at, is this doable? How much would it cost? How many do we think we can sell? So they'll do some research. And then if they're like, hey, this is feasible, then they'll tease. But the tease is really a bit of a test. It's a teaser test. They do this in politics with the media. The media is owned, obviously, by certain wealthy people. And they have their own interests. And they have influence in politics. So often what could happen in the future gets kind of teased and tested through the media to see people's reactions. So this is what's going on. That's what would go on with Jack Evans, thank you. So that is what's going on with companies. They won't just very, very rarely just out of the blue be like, unless it's something they have to do. They had to do a Ford F-150 Lightning. So the Lightning came out pretty much out of the blue and is like, here's your electric truck. Aren't you surprised and impressed? But normally there's feelers that get put out. There's research that gets put out. And then that means that there's rumors and there's teasing and testing of information.
Continental marks a significant moment for Lincoln as it strives to reclaim its place in the luxury market. Competing with the likes of Cadillac, Mercedes-Benz, and BMW requires a product that not only meets but exceeds the expectations of discerning luxury car buyers. The new Continental will need to offer a
So yeah, again, 2 truths, 3 truths, and a lie. Yes, those are the competitors. Yes, those are good sellers. Yes, it'll have a challenge. It'll have to be very luxurious, but guess what? Here's a photo of, you know, the Continental, the 2018 Continental I sold a few weeks ago. Like, come on, this is, and it's tough because if you're not an expert in the field, you go, hey, yeah, that looks cool. Okay, I could consider a Continental. I think I'm going to wait for a Continental, and I was going to maybe buy that new Nautilus, or I was going to maybe buy that new plug-in Corsair, but hey, I better wait for a Continental. Plus, if it's coming out in a year or two, maybe it'll be all electric. So people wait, people get frustrated, people get burnt, and I don't like to see people get burnt. And I especially don't like to see YouTube allowing things to become very popular, but then, and their lies, and having no issue with that. No, like, not suggesting this to people or removing it. But then, you know, in my situation, I play a clip, 10 seconds on something that the Surgeon General of Florida says. And my warning is, you know, like, hey, keep that up, do that again, get 3 strikes, and we're deleting all 1,050 of your videos.
Compelling combination of performance, comfort, and cutting-edge technology. With the right execution, it can help Lincoln reestablish itself as a serious contender in the luxury sedan market. Opinion's push into electrification is further exemplified by the Maverick Lightning. The electric pickup truck market is rapidly evolving with...
So here is another, gotta call, do a bit of BS busting, a don't be fooled section on this. Maverick Lightning, or an electric Maverick, probably will happen down the road. It may not carry the name Maverick, but a reasonably sized, or if you want to call it small truck or reasonably sized truck that's all electric, either Maverick sized or Ranger sized, that may or may not carry the Maverick or Ranger name. Because remember, CEO Jim Farley mentioned that going forward, the electric vehicles wouldn't just be, rehashed. It's been said they will not be just rehashed, or essentially, current F-150 but with batteries and an electric motor, or current Ranger or Maverick, just electric motor with batteries. That they'll be their own product, that they'll, have their own platforms, their own interiors, that essentially they'll be special, unique, and have that wow factor, that new factor. So yeah, a straight up just electric Maverick, I highly, highly doubt that's going to happen. A Maverick sized electric truck, that probably will happen. But we're, again, talking 2 to 7 years down the road. We're not talking 2025, which is, the title down here is Ford CEO reveals 5 new car models for 2025 and stuns the entire car world. Maybe in another dimension, but in this dimension, bullcrap, BS.
With significant entries from both established automakers and startups, Rivian, with its R1T, has garnered much attention for its innovative design and impressive capabilities. Meanwhile, General Motors is preparing to launch the Chevrolet Silverado EV, and Tesla continues to develop its highly anticipated Cybertruck. Ford's Maverick Lightning will need to stand out by offering a competitive range, practical features, and the brand's hallmark reliability. Now,
you might think that I'm playing this video from it's from 2 years ago and I'm getting worked up about stuff from 2 years ago. But no, 131,000 views from 2 weeks ago. So this could end up with 1 million views and 1 million people that have been misled, waiting for a product that will never happen and say, you know what, I'll never buy. And the Tesla, it's happened already. Hence why you might think, is Johnny getting worked up from something from 2 years ago? No, not at all. So again, a bunch of truths with a lie. A lie passes like a truth because it's surrounded by truth.
Doing so, it can attract a new generation of eco-conscious consumers while maintaining Ford's strong presence in the pickup truck market. The Ford Ranchero's return is an interesting move as it revives
So they're not saying maybe, they're saying its return is an interesting move. Not true, not happening, not a single actual internal insider rumor going on about this. Meaning, if it does happen, it could eventually, but we're talking 5+ years down the road. We're definitely 100% not going to see this in 2025. The Ford Bronco truck has a 2025, 1%, maybe max 2% chance, but I'm not getting enough. I'm not, hearing these insider rumors that would make me say hey, educated speculation. No, none of that. So Bronco truck, maybe 2-3 years. Ranchero, yeah, maybe 5+ years down the road, 5, 10, or 15 years down the road.
Segment that has seen renewed interest in recent years. The Hyundai Santa Cruz and Honda Ridgeline have demonstrated that there is a market for car-based pickups that offer a blend of utility and driving comfort.
Again, so true. The truths and the lies. It makes the lies just pass like more truth.
The Ranchero will need to strike the right balance between these attributes, appealing to consumers who want the practicality of a truck, though has the potential to carve out.
And then I don't know what this is. They're showing us what looks like it would be, and even there has a nameplate Ford Ranchero on it. Not in our market, not in the Canada, US, not in the North American market, the USD market.
About a niche in this growing market segment. In addition to the individual strengths of these new models, Ford's broader strategy involves leveraging its extensive dealer network, brand loyalty, and technological advancements.
You guys have been really good to me because you watch my videos, even though I don't follow the Sesame Street format, because one, it's really time consuming and I focus more on gathering and collecting true and real information instead of just saying a bunch of crap with pretty images. But it's also, I find the Sesame Street format treats people like idiots. It's here's an image every 5 seconds because we assume you can't concentrate on anything because you have an IQ of 80 or less. And maybe I have an IQ of an 80 or less because I like the flashing photos. But it's very distracting and it makes the lies also pass more easily because you're 3/4 of your attention is on the colorful pictures that flash. I'm trying not to do this with my daughter. I'm trying to have her learn through the slow manner.
The company has been investing heavily in research and development, particularly in the areas of electrification, connectivity, and autonomous driving. These investments are expected to pay off as Ford introduces new models that incorporate the latest technologies and meet the evolving needs of consumers. For
Absolutely.
instance,
Ford will absolutely use new technologies to make sure that there's higher safety and greater desirability of its vehicles coming up. And they'll have that safety, those safety features as more and more as standard equipment. Hey, Douglas Blair, thank you so much for being in the show. Thank you for being back. We just got back from dinner as well. It's yeah.
The new Ford Taurus is anticipated to feature Ford's latest driver assistance systems, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and automated emergency braking.
A lot of that will become standard now. The Ford Taurus is a real vehicle. This is why finally they're showing an actual vehicle that's like unknown to us. This does not mean we're getting it for 2025. We're very likely not getting it for 2025. It's made in China, as is the new Nautilus, and I'm liking the new Nautilus. So far it's looking very good, and so far it's quality. But I'd be surprised if Ford brought back a big car to our market, to the North American market. What they'll likely bring back is a small car to the North American market. And we'll get to that in the next episode of this live. If you're watching this as a mini episode, know that you'll have to, probably click here or here to catch the video on what's actually to come from Ford.
These features will not only enhance safety, but also provide a more comfortable and convenient driving experience. The Taurus will also likely come equipped with a hybrid powertrain option, offering improved fuel efficiency and
Very true. Ford CEO, as whether it's internal documents or public documents, has said that there's this huge push to produce a ton of electric vehicles, and now it's been said that there will be a scale back on these electric vehicles and instead do what has been my preference from day one, hybrid, or my real preference is plug-in hybrid. And I think at a certain point you need to ignore a bit the politics and say plug-in hybrid is better for the environment. Huge all-electric vehicles with huge batteries. It's not great when it comes to charging. It's very hard on the electric network, which will cause its own environmental impact. Battery production and battery disposal has also an environmental impact. Bigger the battery, worse it is. So having a smaller battery, let's say 14 to 25 kilowatts, that makes the vehicle essentially electric for 99% of its life, but then you can actually use it on a vacation without having to pull over every few hours and charge for 40 minutes. It's, so far with current battery technology, the best solution.
Reduced emissions, which are increasingly important factors for today's car buyers. The Ford Bronco pickup truck, on the other hand, is expected to push the boundaries of off-road capability. Building on the success of the Bronco SUV, the pickup variant will likely feature advanced off-road technologies such as trail cameras, rock crawling modes, and a sophisticated four-wheel drive system. These features will make it a strong contender for off-road enthusiasts who demand performance and durability. The Ford Maverick Lightning will emphasize...
All true. Yes, it's the truth and the lies. So like the Bronco has done this. The current Bronco is doing this, and it will do this. So now the Bronco truck will do these things as well. It makes it all seem so very plausible, but it's all, I'm sorry to announce, for the moment, complete crap. The Bronco truck has much more chances of occurring, not for 2025, than anything else other than there will, yes, probably be a Ford Ranger or Ford Maverick sized electric truck that likely will not use the name Maverick or Ranger.
Practicality and eco-friendliness. As an electric vehicle, it will offer features such as regenerative braking, over-the-air software updates, and advanced connectivity options.
Absolutely,
the Ford Ranchero, with its unique car-truck hybrid design, will likely focus on versatility and ease of use. Its unibody construction...
So again, it's the whole formula of a bunch of truths, slide in the lie, make your money, not care what this actually does to the buyers market, the car community. There's going to be ticked off people who are going to sit around and wait and not buy a current Maverick or not buy a Ford current F-150 or a Ford Ranger. And then the result is they'll wait around and then go, I can't believe Ford didn't build that. Oh, they're so awful. I'll never wait around or consider buying a Ford again. And it makes up for a bad experience for everyone, because Ford needs to continue selling vehicles for our economy's sake. Very important. And they need to have the finances to actually develop this, the new technologies, whether it's hydrogen or electric or plug-in. These changes require money. You need people buying the current models if you're going to be developing the future and for that future to actually come. And if you miss the train and you're stuck at the station because no one's buying your product because of crap, not journalism, but just after money, like a dirty politician, just willing to sell out the country to make money. That's what these videos kind of feel like a dirty politician that's willing to take any bribe, no matter what the consequences on the citizens are. It just feels like a dirty money scheme. So, hey, who knows? Let's find out if being this negative towards another channel gets you banned. But if I get banned, I normally don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but this isn't real. This is AI. We don't see anyone's face. Always good signs to know that you're being BS'd. If you don't see an actual person's face, not an AI generated face, if it's not a real person, they're not willing to put their face to it, it's probably bull crap. Don't get misled. And that goes for, a lot of these spam, fraudulent emails that we get that say like, oh, you received money, or oh, you owe money. Just click here and give off your information. No, deal with real people. It helps the economy anyways, because, well, we're going to be in a situation probably in a little while where we're a bit worried about job creation and available full-time jobs. Now, I've been off for a month. Haven't done a live in a month, but at least the last live I left you with my feedback of I'm not a financial advisor, but I think it's a good time to buy Tesla, and I'm buying Tesla. Well, it went up 47%, so hopefully some other people got to benefit from that. My next move, again, not a financial advisor, could be giving you horrible advice, but I'm just going to say that I'm really interested in how I think we're going to be forced, the Fed's going to be forced to lower interest rates. So I'm invested in TMF, and a good chunk of money, $50-some thousand in TMF. So maybe I'm going to lose $50,000. Maybe I'll double my money. Find out in the next 5-6 months, because hopefully they're going to be dropping interest rates in November. That's what I'm betting on all of this on. 2 days after election, they'll announce finally some interest rate drops, and hopefully it's drastic to actually help change the direction of the economy, because it's like I see the economy as a big boat, and little waves don't seem like they have any effect for quite some time, but a lot of little waves over a period of time, if you don't correct for them, well, over thousands of miles, you end up thousands of miles off target. So you need to correct for those little changes. And now we've been getting, the big boat of the economy has been getting hit with a lot of waves, and it's kind of been getting ignored, a lot of little signs here and there. I think that there's going to need to be a major course correction of the boat to make sure we arrive where we need to arrive. So that's the first episode of this live. Having a little pen problems here. So we're going to be jumping into episode 2. So let's get to an article I'm really happy to share. Mostly good, a little bit of bad. So stay tuned. Please don't leave. We're going to be wrapping up the show at 8, of course, to head over to Long MacArthur Ford with Tim Bartz. But right now, just timestamp this for the moment. Episode 2, Ford Maverick quality. Great news, folks. Love to share this article. Barely any bad news.